This is West Horseshoe Bar Road, and we've continued to see cars have to make U-turns here because of this monster of a tree here behind me. It's down. It has toppled over, and that is due to just the wind and rain that we saw yesterday. You can see the roots there, they uprooted, and then boom, the tree toppled over to the side. So this is what drivers who are trying to get through are dealing with. They're going to have to make a U-turn. Not possible to get through here this morning. And one other thing we want to show you is a power line here. You can see the branches on the tree hit that power line. This area is without power. According to PG&E, right now there's about 50 to 500 people in this area without power. And obviously that is due to things like this tree here and the wind that we saw yesterday. Walk with me this way because we want to show you this tree that crushed down this white vehicle here. This is just one vehicle that's been impacted. We know there's many others, and you can see all the debris, the branches here on the ground. And if we move on over, this is completely covered by the tree that toppled over the whole intersection. These chains are fresh. They were just put on the last 5 minutes, and they seem to have done a pretty good job to put on the back and the front tires. And then if we just move on over this way, just show you the beautiful view. This is the snow falling here in Pollock Pines, and you can just see it is wonderful all around us here. The snow falling, the pines now covered, blanketed with a fresh coat of snow. And everyone here seems to be enjoying it. They seem to be having a good time. And again, we talked to some families. They're headed up to Reno. They said this is what they came for, the snow, and they are having a good time and they're safe. Good morning from the Stockton San Joaquin Emergency Food Bank, where you can see we are hard at work here loading up people's vehicles with food. It's a whole bunch of different varieties of things. I was out there packing these boxes. I can tell you we put spaghetti, we put oatmeal, we put Oreos. There's a whole bunch of everything, okay? Of course, there's also healthy things for people to stack up on. One of the things that I actually think is going to be really great, because I like sweets, fruit roll-ups, okay? Just picture this, okay? In a few months from now, you're relaxing, the sun's out, you're by this brand new pool that you just built, and all because you came out here to the Home and Landscape Expo that's happening this weekend, okay? There's so many things here for you to see. It's so exciting. If we come on over this way, there's like a grill, so if you're thinking, you know what, it's time, you know, I've been wanting a grill, I've been wanting to make a little outside bar, then you can make that happen this weekend. There's so many options for all of you guys that want to do a home renovation project, take it outdoors. Possibilities are endless here, okay? It's like a candy shop for kids, but for people that want to do landscaping projects. So it is time to go. I got off the track, so I had to take like a 1-minute breather. Let me tell you, this is hard work, okay? I'm gonna hop on. Dan's gonna hop on with me here. We're gonna start getting it going again. This is for the 30th, and he told me I have to use my legs. I'm trying, okay? But this is like a workout of both. 30th annual Folsom Derby here, handcar derby. We've been here for about an hour now. It's still a very active scene. I want you guys to take a look here. You can see that orange glow off in the distance. We've been seeing an orange glow throughout different areas in the home in the last hour, and so firefighters using their hose to try and put out this fire completely. I want to get to some new information. We are now learning the identity of one of those suspects. We're talking about Carmon Sandhu, and we know he is not eligible for bail. Now, you're looking at the Sikh temple here on Bradshaw Road. Sac Sheriff says this is where the shooting took place. Right behind me, you can see hundreds of nurses here rallying. They're on their way to the state capitol. And to talk to me a little bit about why they are doing this, I'm going to bring in Andrea Muir. She's going to walk with me this way. Why are you guys out here today?
Well, we are wanting legislation.
You just said it right now, Richard. It's all about being river wise. That is the message that authorities want to put out to the community. And there are multiple reasons for this. One of them is, of course, all of the debris from the burn scars that we saw from fires like the mosquito fire that has made its way down to the river. And it's not only that, but also the record winter we saw.
Aunque se está observando un aumento en el número de casos y hospitalizaciones, los funcionarios de salud no creen que las cifras llegarán al nivel de hace 6 meses. Y eso, gracias a la vacuna. Esa orden que tenía Gabriel Quintanilla era sobre otro incidente que pasó hace unos años y involucraba también a una menor, pero no a la misma menor involucrada en este caso.
We're now getting a better look at the damage caused by this mudslide. You can see it just here off to my left. The amount of force in which it made its way into this home. You can see the walls, just how they're now caved in, and the branches mixed in there as well. And just the amount of debris that made its way and how much came so close to the roof. Now, we do know that everyone who lived inside this home is accounted for. Take a look at these two charred vehicles completely destroyed by the mosquito fire. And if you move on over this way to our right, you can see this is one of the homes that got the brunt of the fire. One of the only things left standing
is that bike.
Now that the sun is up and the rain has stopped, evacuees are taking advantage of that. And take a look, neighbors helping neighbors here. They're starting to pack up. Mr. Derek Jones tells us he got the green light. He's able to go home today. He got up this morning, started taking everything down, organizing his stuff. You can see his water's there. He had tarps all around his easy up here, but it's now he's taking that down. He's deflating that inflatable mattress and he's getting ready, packing everything up. It's been over a week since he's been out of his home, and today he gets to go back. Right, we're seeing it everywhere. It's very unfortunate. Families want to make sure when they go to something like this, they enjoy, have a good time, but also they're safe. And that's why next week extra security measures will be in place during this year's San Joaquin Asparagus Festival. A dedication ceremony for fallen police officer Jimmy In will take place this morning, naming a portion of State Route 4 between Interstate 5 and 99 in his honor. In was shot and killed while responding to a domestic violence call 2 years ago. That young boy was so brave. You'll hear just how calm he was during this whole ordeal. Here's what played out. A home invasion, kidnapping, and high-speed chase coming to an end at the Hills Ferry Bridge just south of Turlock. And it's all thanks to a 911 call made in the middle of all the chaos. Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 10th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Monica de Anda. Happening now on Fox 40 News at 4:30. New details emerging about the disappearance of missing Massachusetts mom of 3, Anna Walsh. Some election controversy in Folsom. The mayor could be removed from the ballot. Statewide survey is shedding some light on what voters could decide come Election Day. We know that wet weather is heading our way. Today's storm forecasted to bring heavy rain, high elevation snow, and strong wind. Residents in Nevada County and across the Sierra foothills prepping for possible floods. We're following out of Folsom. We know there is a home on fire. It appears to be under construction. This is all happening on Ruancourt and Serpo Way. You can see the effort right now by firefighters to try and get a handle on this.
You're going to get to do the mixing here, right?
I'm going to be doing the tasting, and I'm going to let you guys know how these drinks...
I'm not mixing, I'm doing the tasting.
I'm doing the tasting.
We're going to take your tailgating to another level coming up here. An interesting surprise after checking 9 wildlife cameras.
Check her out.
Look at it. She's staring, drilling the camera right
there.
there.
That is one photogenic bear who couldn't get enough of herself. Spooky in there. If you're with us for the 8 o'clock hour, you saw him. It gets a little scary. So
he got scared once or twice. We'll see if we can do it again coming up here. But it's great weather outside for this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect
right?
If you're thinking about heading out to a haunted house this weekend, right?
Right. This weekend, the weather looks phenomenal.
Joe, we got you.
With encouraging words from neighbors.
Jump, jump, jump.
And 1 foot out the window. This man wiggled his body from the second-story window down to safety. Justin tells us he lives on the 2nd floor, 2 doors down from where the fire erupted. At first, he thought a neighbor had burned a piece of toast until he heard this.
I hear this pop, it's glass shattering. And so after I heard the glass shattering, I was just like, okay, so I thought someone's trying to break into an apartment, either upstairs or downstairs. And so I peek out the window and I just see flames coming out the window.
That's when everyone rushed to get out of harm's way.
I smelled it, and then I seen the lights go off outside, and I heard the glass breaking, and I opened the door and told my husband we gotta go.
I didn't think of shoes. I was thinking, get out.
SAC Fire responded to this 10-unit apartment complex just before 3 a.m. and got to work.
A stairwell that was compromised by fire, making access to the 2nd floor a little bit more difficult. We had 5 units that were actually involved with a heavy amount of fire when we arrived on scene.
They found 3 victims, 2 of them with minor injuries, and the other didn't survive. Sunlight later revealing this hole in the roof, one of many scars left behind by the flames. Some of these windows still flung open, they're charred. This is just some of the aftermath from this morning's deadly fire. Even though these residents won't be going back home tonight, they're standing together, thankful to have made it out alive. In Sacramento, Monica de Anda, Fox 40 News. Eric, just a few hours ago, I sat in on a youth group discussion of about 15 girls. And even though most of them can't even vote yet, they say today's decision already has them worried about their community.
I want you guys to think about how that impacts our community, meaning the Black community, directly.
Following today's Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, tough conversations are already happening among young women of color.
Rape statistics for Black women are higher, and we're also in poverty more, so that would make it so we're not able to support our children if we are forced to have them.
A group of about 15 young girls spoke openly about the mental health challenges the Black community will now face.
Some people can be very depressive. I have this kid, I don't know what to do. There's a lot of scared moments, and people can be traumatizing. I feel like that's traumatizing, especially to the Black community.
A 2021 University of Colorado Boulder study found that if Roe v. Wade was overturned, pregnancy-related deaths would increase 7% among all women in the first year. But Black women would see a 12% increase in pregnancy-related deaths in the first year alone, and a 33% increase in subsequent years, the highest of any ethnic group.
Even if you have said resources, your chances of dying as a Black woman during birth are still higher because doctors don't believe you feel pain. Like, they don't believe you when you say, I can't breathe, or my head hurts. Like, that is how Black women literally die giving birth.
Green doesn't believe overturning Roe v. Wade will stop women of color or those with little means from getting an abortion.
It's just gonna make it more unsafe and more women are gonna die seeking these different things in back alleys.
The group also worried about the effects today's ruling could have on the kids born to women of color who live in states where abortion isn't an option.
Putting the children in harm's way of abuse, depression as well.
These young teenage girls still grappling with how this will affect women across the nation.
It also makes you feel like you're kind of like a passenger on your own life, like you're not able to pilot your own life, and like you have somebody else running it. It's like a weird feeling. It's very not okay.
And Eric, you can tell from what these young girls said, there's a feeling of hopelessness. You know, they have no control over what happened today, and now this is the America they will grow up in. Reporting live from the state capitol, Monica de Anda, Fox 40 News.